Today is a very ugly and gloomy day. Don't mind my voice. I had surgery where they removed a bunch of shit that apparently I didn't need anymore, but we'll see. I was gonna originally do this video while I was driving, but the car is so loud you can't hear anything in here. Today's video is about choosing the best tuner shop for you. As you guys know, I fully endorse and preach the gospel word of Kaizen Tuning because they did an incredible job with my car. But that was not the very first place I went to. The very first shop I went to get work done to my car literally butchered the shit out of it. Like, they destroyed my car. This is actually the second engine I've had in this car. The first one was the original, and you know, it was just supposed to have a few basic things done to it: intake, exhaust, cams, and a tune. Nothing too difficult. I don't want to name the shop that did the work, but if they're watching this video right now, no lie, fuck you. So I brought in my car to this shop, and the very first things that you'll notice with shops like these is that they'll be as unrealistic as you are about your build. So if you're like, you know, yeah, I have a Geo Prism and I want it to be like 1,000 horsepower and I want to be able to beat Lamborghinis at Texas 2K, they'll go right along with you and say, yeah, you know, that is the best platform you could do that with. You know, not a lot of people do. You know, Geo Prisms, you will definitely get you there. Anything to get into your pockets, basically. They'll psych you up all day just to get you to invest money into a build that's never gonna go anywhere, really. So the very first car I brought to this shop was my Infiniti G35. Now, I originally had the G35 because, you know, I thought it's what I wanted. It was a little bit more luxurious. A lot of people were, you know, boasting about it, but it just wasn't the car for me. Like, I am a strictly performance guy. I love speed. I love figures and numbers. So the G35 ultimately was not the car that I wanted. It was fun, but it just, you know, just wasn't for me. So I brought him the G35 and I told him, you know, what I wanted. I wanted a daily drivable 600 horsepower car. And right away, this guy is giving me like these crazy figures. Keep in mind, this is a small shop and they're charging $110 an hour for labor. And it's just him. It's not a bunch of people that work in this shop. It's at a gas station and he's charging 110 bucks for labor. Are you fucking kidding me? So I crashed the G35, you know, not intentionally, but after I crashed it, you know, I was looking for another project car, and my mother suggested the Evo or the Subaru WRX because it was all-wheel drive and 4 doors. You know, it was one of the cars that she really liked the way it looked. So I decided, ultimately, with the horsepower that I wanted, I'm gonna go for the Evo. Love the way the Evo looks. Performance-wise, the car was just incredible from stock. It was just, I found a completely stock one that was untouched. Very first problems I started experiencing with the Evo were, you know, obviously boost leaks. That's gonna happen. But other than that, it was just, the car was incredible. It was just the best. Brought it to this guy, and you know, I was like, okay, well, now I got a better platform. Can you hook me up? He's like, yeah, you know, I'll have you beating Corvettes, no problem. The guy had my car for probably just to do cams and exhaust, intake and a tune. He had my car for maybe like 2 months. 2 fucking months. And for a person that needs their car to drive to work every day, I had a rental. And I was driving this rental every day to work, and it was just costing me tons and tons of money. So there I was, you know, calling them almost every day, like, hey, is my car gonna be done? Is my car gonna be done? And, you know, obviously they need time to work on the car, but it's not like he was doing anything else. He had no other like people at the shop. Like, it wasn't a, you know, a up and coming shop, and he was charging me out the ass for this fucking build. Finally, I decide, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go up to the shop. And when I get there, my car is just sitting on a lift. You know, he's like, oh, it's done. And keep in mind, this is like, he said I was taking it up to get a tune. My car has not left the shop. I don't think it ever got tuned. I don't know what he did. Maybe he street tuned it, but my car never got tuned. So I get to the shop, you know, the car is just sitting on a lift and it's leaking oil all over the place. I point out the fact that it's leaking oil, and he's like, oh, yeah, I can fix that. He takes a can of lubrication spray and sprays it on it. Like, oh, okay, well, it's dripping. Now I can make it real wet. Like, what the, like, what the, needless to say, I hate this guy. And if I ever encounter him, like, you're done. Like, don't even walk up to me, because I'll literally knock you out. Sorry about that last one. Anyway, the biggest takeaway I got from this was just be careful what shops that you take your car to. You know, most likely the more expensive shops aren't going to be the best shops. Just look up the shop's history. Look at projects that they've already done. You know, do your homework, basically. Talk to their previous customers, and find out, you know, if you're a guy that doesn't work on your car, find out, you know, what you need as far as performance parts before you start just buying random things that people tell you to buy. So the car was running like complete shit. Like, my Evo was like literally like hurting. It was like on its last leg. The engine was leaking all over the place. It was bogging anytime I tried to launch it. I wasn't beating any fucking Corvettes. That was just a given. At that point, that's when I found out, you know, I was getting deployed to Iraq. I told that guy that previously worked on my car, go fuck yourself. I'm not paying you your money. The work you did was garbage. You guaranteed me stuff that didn't happen, and I only paid for, you know, merchandise received. I did not receive what I was supposed to receive. So at which point I started doing some homework. I found Kaizen Tuning, and now I'm not saying that, you know, everybody needs to go to Kaizen Tuning, because honestly, I don't want you guys taking up time that I need there, maybe occupying a lift that I could be occupying. You know, there's obviously, you know, good shops out there. It's just that my personal experience has been amazing with this shop. Found out, you know, the kind of cars that they work on. They found me an AMS motor. They did outstanding work. So, I mean, moral of the story is, be very careful, you know, where you take your car or who you let work on your car, because there are a lot of conniving shops out there. Like, I mean, that guy wasn't the only guy that said that he could do, you know, shit to my car. Like, I actually had a guy, oh yeah, like, I'll take the turbo out and put a supercharger on it. What the, why the fuck, why would I want you to do that? Why would I want you? I don't want, no, don't. Actually, where's the exit? I don't want that. I don't want you to do that. So yeah, that was my experience. Biggest takeaway, just do your research. If you're not going to be personally working on your car, you know, learn about your car, learn about, you know, what kind of motor you have, learn about what components work with your car. Don't buy cheap parts. Anything from China is to be avoided. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Just don't skimp. If your car means a lot to you, don't skimp on what you buy for it. Like, it's just gonna end up getting you in the end. So yeah, that's my personal story. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any personal stories that you want to actually tell me about, follow me on Instagram, Tuner Army. Also, I'm looking for potential car shows in the New England area. So if you guys know of any New England area car shows, make sure you place them in the comments. Maybe we can meet up and talk cars and, you know, have a good time. So yeah, if you're a first time viewer of this video, make sure you subscribe, like, and turn on those notifications for future videos. All right, peace.